we don't have to like keep imagining what would happen. Like in less than a month, these two will be running against each other in a 6K.
Hey Lions fans, welcome into another edition of the Coaches Show. We're here this week with Coach Hall, our cross-country coach. Coach, thanks for doing this today.
Yeah, of course. Excited to be back.
You guys had a really successful race this past weekend in Louisville, especially on the women's side. So just talk us through how that went last weekend.
Yeah, it was great. We were really looking forward to Louisville. We had about almost a full month off leading into it, so we got a lot of good mileage in, a lot of good hard workouts in. So we were excited about getting there. And Louisville came. We got a 6K in, which is really huge for our program, getting one more 6K race in. The next time we race it will be at conference, so that was a really good rep. And the girls did really well. We had Eliza set a PR of 22:30, only about 15 seconds off a school record there, which is huge. She's hit a PR every race this season in both distances, so she's really knocking it out of the park. And then Mary's doing really well behind her. She's a second place finisher for our team, only about 10 seconds off her personal best. And all of this happened on a really hot day. We've been practicing as the weather is getting cooler. We got to Louisville, and it was like standing on the starting line, you were already sweating. So like this was some good times on a hot day of racing. So very excited about that.
Yeah, and so talk about Eliza a little bit more. 22:30, fastest 6K time in the conference so far this season.
Yeah.
Which you said not a ton of 6Ks run, but just talk about her performance and how she's done this year.
Yeah, Eliza's been doing great. She's come back for her senior year of eligibility and has been really making the most out of that. You can tell just from last year just how much more serious and more excited she's been about even training and getting her miles in outside of practice. So she's been putting all the work in, right? And she's been really taking advantage of that. And then come race day, she's really just tapping into something like we've had some races where it was a little hot, it was a little cold. Maybe the team didn't do so well, but there's Eliza still just knocking it out of the park. So the 6K is a little different. So NAI moved up to 6K, but all the races still being offered for us to go to almost are all 5K. So getting one more 6K rep in, that was really important to us because that's what we'll compete at conference and nationals. So her setting the fastest 6K time in the whole conference right now is a huge deal. We're really excited about that, and she's been putting the hard work in to get there. So.
And I don't know, you might not feel this way. I was a little disappointed she wasn't runner of the week this past week in the conference. So just compare for us if you can. Kunstman ran an 18:09 5K. How would that translate if there was 1,000 more meters? Yeah,
so it's pretty close to what Eliza ran as her PR in the 5K. A couple weeks back in Huntsville, she ran at 18:07, it's a little bit faster, 18:07 5K at about 5. Her first mile was like 5:45, and it hit back to about 6-minute pace the rest of the time. So that's pretty comparable to now Eliza's 6K. So I'm really excited about that showdown because they're putting down about the same 5K time. Eliza's throwing the gauntlet now for what her 6K looks like. So I'm excited to see how Kunstman, if she runs a 6K between. If not, the cool thing is, like I think we were talking before, we don't have to like keep imagining what would happen. Like in less than a month, these two will be running against each other in a 6K. And so I think Eliza's got the mileage base, got the work ethic to really show out in 6K. So okay. I think we're maybe one step ahead. I'll put that out there. Maybe one step ahead. I'll put my money on Eliza on that situation. So yeah, okay. Feeling good about it.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a nice thing. It's not like we're voting for Conference Player of the Year in a team sport or something like that. You're going to see on the field that there'll be a day where they race against each other, and you'll see who's faster.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah, put our top athletes against their top athletes and see, and there's no more variables, and that's the beauty of running is at some point it becomes very objective who the better runner is, right? Yeah. We all have the same start and finish line, right. And so it kind of makes it easy there. So I'm excited.
And then, so talk about the guys a little bit as well. I know not to overlook them, but they've been performing well as a team and working hard too.
Yeah, guys have been putting a lot of work in, hitting some I feel like we're ahead of schedule where we were last year when it comes to our training, so that's been really good. That hasn't necessarily shown on race day yet, but like I know where the speed is and I know it's going to come. And so we're about to have an 8K in a couple weeks in Knoxville, and that's an incredibly fast course. And I think our guys are really poised to put I think we're going to really perform well that day. I'm excited about it for our guys. So Bo Scott's been probably our top runner this year so far. Has been performing really well, executing extremely well. But we've got a couple guys right behind him that I think are all going to be in the money when it comes to Knoxville. So.
Okay. And then the same thing with that conversation as well, right? You said maybe some injuries early on in the season last time we talked, and race day hasn't been the same as training so far.
Yeah.
But the conference race is what really matters towards making it to nationals.
Right. Yeah, the nice thing is we have almost a month between now and conference, and guys are healing from injuries really well, getting Daniel, he had shin splints the worst part of the season earlier. But he's kind of come back from that now. Now he has a whole other month to really get ready, so I'm feeling really great about that. We've got Barrett Poe right there in the mix, and he'll be one of our top runners as always, again, come Knoxville. And we've got a freshman named Neil who's really made a mark on the team this year, already scoring points for us in a couple meets. So feeling good about conference on the guys' side as well. We'll see kind of where they shake out. I think the year before we were next to last. Last year we went fourth in the conference, and so this year I think it's really important for us to see ourselves in third or maybe in second. We'll see. So want to see the growth because I think you can see the growth in training, and I think it's going to come out in our next couple races.
Talk about the differences in courses too. You mentioned earlier that the Knoxville race is going to be a fast course.
Yeah.
What makes the difference in a fast course or a slow cross-country course?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's one of the pros and cons of cross-country is all the courses are so different. Basketball played on the same court, the same dimensions, you have the same rules. In cross-country, you kind of have the same distances and same rules, but the course you're running on could be wildly different. Like, take Louisville, for example, the race we just left. It's got some pretty good elevation change. We're starting off on soccer field, so pretty flat, but then by the time you get to the back of the course, you're going down in some dips and rising out and having to climb up some, I don't want to say mountains, but some pretty serious hills to get back to that finish line straight. And so, that's obviously going to affect your time and everything. So sometimes it can be hard to be like, well, I ran a 27:10 here, but I ran a 26:10 here. What's the difference? Well, what was the elevation like there? And, what was the weather like? Knoxville, it is a racetrack, basically. I think last year over a 5-mile race, the total elevation change was 31 feet. So almost negligible. You couldn't even feel a difference in that. And so that course creates fast times because elevation almost is taken out of the equation. So that'll be nice. And it's right next to the river. It's a beautiful course. It'll be a little bit cooler, hopefully, by then. And we're praying. So that always helps, too, having colder weather the morning of. So feeling good about it.
Okay. Glad you're so excited. We're really looking forward to the rest of the season. And maybe we can do this one more time this year with some success at conference.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I think we're peaking. We've got some guys and girls hitting in their marks. So very much looking forward to the end of the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for doing this today. Be sure to follow cross country in all the races the rest of the year. That'll do it for another edition of the Coaches Show. And go Lions. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Coaches Show. If you liked this video, please give us a like down below. And please subscribe to our channel. For the most up-to-date information on Freed-Hardeman Athletics, you can visit our website, gofhulions.com, and you can follow us on all social media outlets at gofhulions on Facebook and X, at go_FHU_Lions on Instagram. If you're interested in joining the Director Circle or Lionbackers, there's an informational video on the screen now. There's also links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and go Lions.